Good morning, everybody. So we now answer the question, what is fashion law? Many people were asking me about what is in your books about fashion law, and here the answer. Before we get into the legal issue, it is worth reminding ourselves how large and important the fashion industry is for global and in particular the European economy. Some of this will be very familiar for reader. If so, feel free to skip ahead the latter part of the chapter, which gives an overview of some of the more current fashion law trends around intellectual property, franchising, ethical fashion, e-commerce, and fashion technology. So we go directly to intellectual property. Although this book is focused on European fashion, most countries worldwide are connected to the fashion industry, and consequently, a segmented approach to fashion in global economy is helpful at a high level. Intellectual property rights are one of the most harmonized set of law worldwide. They provide fairly consistent protection over trade origin, creative works, inventions, and to a less consistent extent product design. Without intellectual property rights, it would be virtually impossible for the European fashion industry to continue. This right enable a business to compete knowing that it had a legal monopoly, which protect the time and money it has invested into the brand. Although the European fashion industry by no means avoid counterfeit and close copy of their product, intellectual property rights enable businesses to protect the products and enforce these rights in all relevant territory worldwide. The success of enforcement vary based on strategy and budget. While intellectual property can be where most fashion businesses at one time or another find themselves both wielding the weapon and having it pointed at them. It is all too easy for designers to take inspiration a bit too literally, and the line between following fashion trend and outright copyright can be very fine one. This can be damaging in terms of legal cost, financial compensation, internal investigation, and most importantly, reputation. Public can usually forgive a one-off instance, but a pattern of infringement is much less forgivable and can substantially erode public trust. The different types of intellectual property are discussed in Part 2. They include trademark, copyright, image right, design, and passing of domain confidential information. Method of using the rights are discussed in an enforcement context and more specifically in relation to counterfeit goods. And now we focus on franchising, licensing, distributors, and agents. There are a few tried and tested methods for growing your business by working in collaboration with other businesses. Franchising, licensing, distribution, or agency relationship can be used to help break into new market or new diversity into new products. For example, this is common for fashion brand to diversity from clothing and footwear into products such as perfume, sunglasses, and cosmetic, which have different methods of manufacture and route to the market. Each of these options rely on a solid contract, which is easy to understand and enforce. The two fundamental key to making the arrangement a success. The first is taking the time to meet, learn, and understand whether the proposed partner is truly the right fit for your business. The second is putting the right contract in place to protect you if any goes wrong in the future. Broadly speaking, franchising means licensing your brand and business to a third party who builds its own version of your business in particular market, but ultimately is accountable to you. It can offer entrepreneurial individual the opportunity to start and run what is effectively their own business without having to spend the time developing their own brand. It's often the brand the opportunity to grow into a new market very quickly. Franchising is the most commonly associated with brick and mortar store, but it has become easier in the online environment and may be an attractive option if, for example, there's a lot of orders in particular geographic region, but fast fulfillment is a challenge. The main risk of franchising is that the action of bad franchisee can damage a brand irreparably. Consumers do not care who the legal owner is or what contractual arrangement are going on behind the scene. If someone behaves badly under your brand, you are ultimately going to held accountable. If not in the eyes of the law, then definitely in the eyes of social media. Consequently, quality control and regular audit are essential. Distributors help you to break into new market. Exclusive distribution arrangement can offer comfort to distributors who are investing in your brand while at the same time enabling quick and comprehensively entry into new market. The distribution agreement can be segmented by product and geographic area. For example, it could cover sunglasses in an entire region, Scandinavia, in European countries, Sweden, or in cities like Stockholm. Distribution arrangement can some in various form. In some cases, they give the right to both manufacture and sell specific products in a particular territory for a fixed period of time. More commonly, it gives an exclusive ability to sell products which you have manufactured in a territory for a fixed period of time. It is important that issues such as marketing, spend, and quality control are carefully set out in the arrangement. You also need to bear in mind the risk of competition law, known as antitrust law in the US. Exclusively and anti-competitive behavior share a very porous border. You do not want to be on the wrong side if you have a large market share, either because the market is new or you work for a very large business. You should be particularly careful and make sure you obtain legal advice on the competition law risk associated with new business strategy. Commercial agents are an alternative or supplemental means of scaling a business. Agents are highly regulated by EU and not only have a dedicated directive, but also come with their own body of case law. The EU rules which govern agency agreement are particularly onerous in terms of calculation of commission. Example, the agent fee and termination of agency relationship. An agent is essentially an individual or business which is authorized to act on behalf of another individual or business, often referred to as the principal. They are most famous in the world of celebrity, but most important to all industry, including fashion. If you have authorized an agent, you can enter into contract with your business. Potentially without your knowledge, an implicit authorization is sufficient for the agency relationship to arise. Okay, so we have many angles like the internet, the counterfeit and foreign goods, the rise of fashion technology, selling your business, and so on. So they have many things to do with the fashion industry. So my purpose just want to write a textbook on the fashion law. And if you have any question, please contact me for more information. Thank you.